In a time when fear ruled the land and courage had gone silent, God raised a woman who would not bow. Her name was Deborah. Judge, prophetess, warrior. A mother in Israel who led nations to rise again. The plains of Canaan groaned under the cruel hand of Sisera, commander of King Jabin's armies. For 20 years his iron chariots crushed the hopes of Israel. Villages were deserted. Roads were unsafe. But in the shadows of fear, Deborah sat beneath her palm tree and heard from God. One morning, as the wind stirred the dust, Deborah summoned Barak, the warrior of Naphtali. Her eyes were steady, her voice unshaken. "Has not the Lord commanded you? Gather 10,000 men, for God will deliver Sisera into your hands." Barak hesitated, his courage trembling before the weight of her words. "If you go with me, I will go. But if you do not go, I will not. I will surely go, but the glory will not be yours, for the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman." The mountain of Tabor thundered with the march of warriors. Drums of faith rose against the rhythm of fear. Deborah lifted her hands toward heaven, her voice strong and clear. "Arise, Barak, for this is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands." The ground trembled. The heavens opened. A storm of divine fury swept across the valley. Chariots sank in the mud. Horses screamed. Soldiers fled. And Barak's army chased them with the fire of victory in their eyes. Sisera fled, armor torn, pride shattered. He ran to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber. She offered him milk, a place to rest. And when he slept, exhausted from his defeat, she struck down the enemy of Israel. God's prophecy was fulfilled. The victory belonged not to kings or generals, but to women of faith. The next morning, the hills of Israel echoed with Deborah's song. When leaders lead in Israel and the people willingly offer themselves, praise the Lord. Her song rose above the land like dawn breaking after the longest night. She sang of courage found, of faith reborn, of women who stood when men fell. And peace returned to Israel for 40 years. Sometimes God's greatest victories come through the voices no one expects. Through the faith of a mother, the courage of a woman, the obedience of a servant who dares to believe. Deborah's story reminds us, when God calls you to rise, rise boldly. Because your yes might be the victory the world is waiting for. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs courage today. And subscribe for more dramatized tales that bring the word to life, right here on Inspiring Biblical Tales and Songs.